Hi everyone! It's noon on Wednesday and my new collection is now open for your viewing pleasure. And I thought what better way to show you around than to bring you into the studio. So I'm gonna give you your own private studio tour. How's that? All right, I'm gonna flip the camera. Let's go on in. There we go. Are you ready? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Here, let me put a little bit more light on. It's a little bit dark. There we go. What fun. What fun. Okay, so before we dive into all of the beautiful paintings, let me show you a little bit. Let me show you a little bit of what I create in this space for me to make these beautiful paintings, because this is my studio, right? So the environment that I work in is really important to me, and it's important that it also be as beautiful as the paintings I'm creating. So let me show you a little bit of that. So first of all, we start with our essential oils, creating a beautiful space, a beautiful smell, and just change the energy. Then I have my pieces of artwork. These are Bill Boyd plates that are a crystalline glaze, love it. And I also have a big one of his plates. So the space for me has to be inspiring. If it isn't inspiring, how can I inspire you by creating all these paintings, right? So it's about the sensualness of the space. So the smell, the touch, the feel. I also clipped some roses this morning for inspiration so that I have, flowers in my space. Hi, Bonnie. I have flowers in my space to inspire me. I also have my angel cards, and the space is tidy. Like, I keep it tidy. And I have beautiful windows out front. I can get fresh air if I need to. Lovely chair to sit in so I can do my morning meditations and relax. So that's part of the environment. Now, let me go to the paintings. And I have something really, really special for you. I have been focused on producing original paintings exclusively with a couple of prints. And it occurred to me that there's two paintings in the studio right now that won't be here for long. I only have one original ever. And there's people that may want. Hi! Oh, it is. It's very warm and inspiring. I agree. So thanks for joining me in here. There's a couple of pieces that are really special to me that I want to make available to you so that you can purchase a copy, a print, and have that painting for yourself. Now, let me show you. The first painting is already sold. This one will be shipped to the new owner soon. And isn't it spectacular? Oh my gosh. So it is 22 by 28. This is the original. 22 inches by 28 inches. The print will be 11 inches by 14 inches. And the print is an archival print on canvas. It's called the Giclée. And this print will be 100 and, I don't have the numbers in my head, 158, I believe, 157, 158, something like that. I can get you the prices. They're actually on the website. So if you click the link in the Facebook ad or on my Instagram, you can get to the magazine and see the prints there, or my website. I'll leave you those links too. The other piece that I'm really excited to announce, I have a print available, is this, I gotta step back, is this long, narrow spree of peonies. Now, this painting is spectacular. I'll tell you the dimensions, 16 by 40. Now, the print of this particular piece will be 8 by 20, so half the size. I think that really makes sure that the original is unique. The prints will never be the same actual size of the original. Well, I shouldn't say never, because I have done prints that are the same size. So anyway, the upcoming prints will be half the size. And this one is 128, I believe. But I'll check those prices and get back to you. It's either 128 for the original peony and 158 for the other. I'm getting them confused. So anyway, I'll get to that information. So the other thing I want to show you is this piece here is a print of a hibiscus. Now, the original oil painting is in my personal collection. I won't be selling the original, but I did create prints of it. And these ones are fairly inexpensive. I don't, again, have the price on the top of my head, but it is on the website, so I will show you that. Another piece in the collection is this beautiful little spree of tulips. And the tulips, they are framed. It's painted, it's oil paint on board. And this has a beautiful frame with a lovely sort of shadow box around it. Really gorgeous piece. And then we have this one, which is a parrot tulip. Now this is professionally framed at the White Rock Gallery. And oh my gosh, it's so delicate, and you can really feel the light coming through that particular piece. Then we have another print here, which is of lilacs. This was one of my first oil paintings, and the original has been sold, it's gone. So that one is available. I have this framed and unframed. Let me just grab my power cord. My phone is gonna die on me. Here, I'll just have to plug this in. Hold on a sec. Sorry for the wobbliness. There we go. All right. Then we have, look at these little beauties. Gorgeous. These are 6x8. They're all oil on canvas. They're all originals. And these ones are $336 each. Now there we have a beautiful little rose, and this rose is so delicate and fine. You can almost feel the thinness of the petals. It's exquisite. It's really, really beautiful. And this one here, this is a David Austin rose, and if you could be with this rose in person, the fragrance is outstanding. It is just so strong. But the what are they called? The spines on the thorns on the actual branches, holy moly, like watch out, because it will bite you if you come too close. So there's this play on come close because I'm beautiful, but also respect your distance, which I think is a great analogy for life, right? It's like beauty can also have a bit of a bite to it. So anyway, really, really pleased with that one. And this one is also a David Austin rose. This is from my garden out front. This one's titled What's Yet to Come. And I think you can see this beautiful bud that hasn't quite opened. It's a reference to the beauty that is already guaranteed. So we have this bud, this thing that's ready to open, and this big flower is the promise of look at what else is still to come. There's another bloom ready to come. And what's beautiful about this piece is the sense of light and reflection that was captured in the paint is just, it's incredible. Like it feels like you're right there with the flower, like absolutely gorgeous. Then I strayed a little bit and went into a crocus, a beautiful crocus. Now crocuses are one of the first blooms that comes in the springtime. It's a bulb that blooms. You'll often see them, you know, dusted in snow. They come that early. So it's a really delicate, thin, almost bowl-shaped petal. Really, really beautiful and radiant purples. So again, it's like the first hint of spring, promising the warmth of sunshine and color and brightness. I mean, just look at the center stamen. It's sun. It's like sunshine in a nutshell. So exciting. Really, really beautiful flower. So these ones are 6x8. They're original oil paintings on canvas, and they're $336 each. Hi, Adira. Now this one, can I get a good shot of it? And let me slide over here a little bit. Oh my goodness. Oh, these are two little tulips that I painted. They're in the same photography session of the little 5 tulips, that's the little framed picture. So same set of flowers, but spectacular. I mean, The light coming through this tulip is just out of this world. The greenery in behind just frames it so beautifully. I feel sometimes that I'm just an observer. I really get to be present with the beauty that Mother Nature has to share with us. And I'm just a vehicle to bring it onto the canvas. So it feels like a real honor to be able to paint and create these beautiful flowers. So I really, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful as an artist to be able to do this. Now, let me go over here. Now look at this one. Ooh, this one is called Orange Flames. It's a whole cluster of tulips and one little Gerbera daisy in the background. The colors are radiant. I hope you can see that on the camera. They're, bright deep oranges, reds, fiery yellows. Really, really beautiful piece. This one is 12 by 12, and again, it's framed. So it has a professional frame, and thank you to the White Rock Art Gallery for framing these for me. They really did a beautiful job. And tulips. Now these tulips, it's called Orange Tulip Trio. This was the subject for my very first online painting class. And what that meant is I printed my line drawing onto canvas and then sent that canvas to the student, and we painted it together. So very exciting. This is a giclée print of my original drawing and then oil paint on top. So I've painted in color on top of the line drawing that I had printed onto the canvas. So really, really beautiful. The perspective on these flowers were so big, like the actual blossoms were so big that it really begged you to stand above them and look in to see the centers. So yeah, you had to be above them to actually capture them. And it's like that invitation to change our perspective, to move, to take a higher viewpoint of what's going on in order to see the full spectrum, which again is a great analogy for life, that sometimes we get so tight into the situation that we can't see things clearly, and we're forced to take a higher perspective, a different perspective to see things clearly. So that's, yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful piece. And then I have 3 gorgeous works on paper. And these works on paper are done in pencil crayon on archival paper. And I'll just take my power cord off. There we go, you'll hear a clunk. Now, if you've ever been to Bowen Island, you can absolutely relate to the luscious cedar trees. And it just so happened overnight there was a snowfall, and I snapped some photos and thought I really need to capture that. Now you might get some glare from the glass, but it's just a luscious, luscious pencil crayon drawing, capturing the beauty of Bowen Island and the depth of that cedar forest and the snow-laden boughs. So really, really beautiful piece. And that piece is $297, and it does come framed as well. So that's ready to go, ready to be hung. The next one is a little pine tree study. This again is in pencil crayon on paper. It's $157, and it's framed also, but beautiful to capture the gnarly, twisty-turny cracks in the bark, and the little bit of foliage that was laying across the front. Really, really delicate and strong and sturdy, and there's just so much going on here. It's really, really a beautiful piece. And the other piece I have is this one. This is a petunia. Now, who actually looks closely at the center of a petunia? It's amazing what's going on in the center of this flower. So I decided to capture it in pencil crayon and see if I couldn't give a semblance of the depth and beauty and multitude of little details that are going on in the center of this flower. So really, really pleased with it. This piece is $265, It's 8 by 10, and again, it's framed. Now, all of these works on paper are originals. I haven't done prints of them, so these are the actual pieces of artwork that I created, which if you're into purchasing originals, this is a great place to start because they will always hold their value being an original piece of artwork. Now, the rest of the studio, this piece is a work in progress. This piece is a work in progress, as is this one here. This one needs another layer of paint, but again, just a spectacular piece. That one will be available soon. And the piece that I'm currently working on is this one here. Again, this is a David Austin rose from my garden, and the coloring and shadowing is really spectacular. It's just bringing that flower to life. What's left is bringing in the greens around the perimeter of the painting, and that will really help. Hi, Bonnie. That will really help. Oh, thanks, mind-blowing. Aw, thanks. Yeah, it's really quite spectacular. The green perimeter around this painting will really help solidify the location. It'll give it kind of a context, because right now the flower is sort of floating in the middle of that canvas. And I think it's always good to give a little bit of context, so that will be coming soon. If you've been watching at all, I've been doing little time-lapse videos of this piece coming along, so take a look at my Instagram or my Facebook if you'd like to see those. So, yeah. I think that's it for the studio tour. That's currently what's in the works. And up here, let me flip this camera around again. Up here is my little rack. This is the little rack of future canvases that will be coming out of the rack and onto the walls for future pieces. Believe it or not, I have my entire 2021 year planned for the artwork that I will be finishing next year and making available to you. And I do have another rack upstairs that has, now get this, about 45 different canvases ready for new pieces. So there's some big plans in store. I will be producing larger pieces like the one in behind me here, and then offering prints. I think prints is going to be a nice way for you to start collecting my work, having it in your home, and originals, of course, if you're interested in that. But I think the prints is a great place to start if you haven't collected art in the past. So I'll make that available. And I've had requests for note cards and calendars and things like that. So I'll be looking at that next year as well for bringing some other products into the circuit so that you have some other things to purchase with the beautiful artwork on it. So thank you for joining me here. I really appreciate your time to come into the studio with me. Do let me know if you have any questions. I'll include the link here once this video goes live so that you can see, hi Fabi, so that you can see the works on my website. I've published a magazine that gives you more details about each painting, the sizes, the price, that kind of thing, so you can take a closer look. And do let me know if you have any questions. All right, take care. Bye.